One player is as hot can be. We'll do a little bit of touring on one team's tour bus. And whatever you do, don't say this program is for the birds. All that and more right now on ECHL Week. In much of the country, January is a very chilly month. But in a certain Ohio city, the cold weather is keeping its distance, especially from one forward on Cincinnati's team. Anthony Luciani has opened 2014 in a fashion most players can only dream about. Forward Luciani started January with 12 points, including 8 goals in Cincinnati's first 6 games. The Maple, Ontario native had goals in 5 straight games, including a hat trick against Gwinnett. In his 3rd season with the Cyclones, Luciani is averaging over a point a game this season, and is a big reason why Cincy's setting the pace in the North Division and is number 2 in the Eastern Conference as the season hits its midpoint. Luciani is leading Cincinnati in goals, assists, shots on goal, and is among the team leaders in +/-2. Since he's turned pro, he's appeared in 10 American Hockey League games, including 5 last season with San Antonio, and the way he's playing right now, he's making a case for another promotion. As a result of a couple of injuries he endured last season, he's already played as many games this year as in all of last season, and when his obvious confidence and talent come together, he's one of the more dangerous players in the league.
Shot here, or will we? We'll find out, and we will. A penalty shot is coming, and Anthony Luciani is going to have a chance to put an exclamation point on this Wednesday night. Incidentally, Luciani 0 for 1 in shootouts this year. But he's bidding for his 3rd of the night, a hat trick possibly. Between the circles, the right-hand shooter cutting in, deking, and he scores! Hat trick, Anthony Luciani, it's 5-1. First penalty shot goal of the season. And Cincinnati has put an exclamation point on this Wednesday night in penalty shot fashion, and Anthony Luciani, a 4-point night, has been absolutely masterful.
We just got to focus on the little things and do what the coaching staff says, and I believe we'll come out on top. I just try to play hard, and whatever happens, happens. And like I say, you look good, feel good, play good.
If the hat trick against the Gladiators wasn't enough, that same day Luciani displayed his interviewing skills while talking with teammate Zach Miskovic for his team's CyclonesHockey.com.
And one last question before we leave. Zach, has anybody ever told you have luscious and voluptuous hair?
Not voluptuous, but luscious maybe.
In the Western Conference this season, no team has been as good as Ontario. The Reign entered mid-January with just 5 regulation time losses and a remarkable record of 15-2-2 on the road. Our Western featured game today has current number 1 Ontario hosting last season's Western champs, Stockton. Here's Jesse Lieben to describe the action for us on OntarioReign.com.
Bad for Berglund, and he swipes this in. Moving after it now is Garrett Hunt. 6 minutes gone by in the first period, no score yet, but Hunt with a chance there in front, through the crease, and this one goes in. The Thunder strike first. And it is a 1-0 Stockton lead. Back along, and moving it out now is Escobedo. Across ice for Burkemper, but he scraps, and now Dalhusen dropping the gloves and jumping Emerson. Emerson caught a little off guard, but the mitts go there, and we have a face-off just in front of the penalty box. Dalhusen very scrappy there, but Emerson with a hard uppercut, and now throwing some hooks. Absolute bombs there. Finally, Dalhusen gets the takedown. And Lammer using his lower center of gravity to control the face-off. He gets it back for Newton. Newton making his way down low. Shot redirected in front by Couture, and he scores! Redirected off the elbow of the captain, and Ontario has tied it up. 11:40 to go in the period. It's tied to 1-1. Garrett Hunt tries to flip it up ahead to himself. Dale now in the corner, taking a hit from Berglund. In the slot, a chance there. Saved by Niederberger. Puck is still loose. Berglund on the wraparound. Denied there. How did he keep this one out? Play continues. Finally, it's banked in from a nearly impossible angle. Burkemper also doing some work there as Kopitar looks to dig it out. Back to Brewston, now at the blue line, a chance there, shot and a score. The Thunder extend their lead to 2 goals now. Finally, the Reign moved the puck out of the zone, and a collision between the benches with Gagnon and Emerson, and they drop the gloves. Emerson going after Gagnon. The helmet of Gagnon is off. It looks as if Emerson was the first one to drop the mitts there. Gagnon holding his own. He takes Emerson down, but Emerson getting back to his feet, holding his own with a few jabs there, and Gagnon now starting to bend. Gagnon, now Emerson. They hold up, and it looks as if the linesmen are just about ready to separate them. On the right side is Martin, and taking it away is a 2-on-0. Moving in, it's Kramer across for Costello. He shoots, he scores. Maybe we're not done just yet. A bad giveaway there by the Thunder results in a 2-on-0 breakaway.
We only have, I think, 2 home games in February, so we've got a pretty tough road schedule ahead of ourselves. And this is not an easy place to get 2 points, so it's nice to get the 2 here.
A former ECHL player is elected to the Hall of Fame in baseball. Plus, we'll take a look at some special jerseys that will only be worn for 1 weekend. It's all coming up on ECHL Week.
"25 years of great moments. More than 500 players graduated to the NHL. Don't miss the next time hockey history is made. Watch all ECHL games on AmericaOneSports.com. Live or on demand, at home or on your mobile device. Log in at AmericaOneSports.com to check out your favorite team. The official broadband broadcast of ECHL is AmericaOneSports.com.
I say, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. 'Cause I've got a smile on my face, and I've got 4 walls around me.
Time for our regular trip to find out what's going on around the league. Former Gwinnett forward Tom Glavine has been named to the Baseball Hall of Fame. The one-time, one-game Gladiator will head to Cooperstown, New York to be enshrined later this year. The former Atlanta and New York Mets pitcher was named to 10 National League All-Star teams and won the NL Cy Young Award a couple of times. He signed an ECHL contract to play for the Gladiators on March 20th, 2010 and took the opening face-off of that game. A high school baseball and hockey star in Massachusetts, Glavine was taken in the 4th round of the NHL draft in 1984 by Los Angeles. When Toledo defenseman Ildar Talyakov took the ice for a recent game in Reading, he became, as far as anyone can tell, the tallest player to appear in an ECHL contest. The 6'9", 22-year-old, who was born in St. Petersburg, Russia, had been playing for a minor league team in his hometown prior to joining the Walleye.
He was in the Red Wings prospect camp in the summertime and had been on our radar a little bit. Igor Larionov, the old NHL defenseman with the Red Wings, Hall of Famer, is a player agent now and represents them, and had kind of been on us about trying to get him over here at some point. And the situation arose where we were looking to have, maybe that 6'7" D-man, more of a prospect to kind of develop for the rest of the season and then see where he's at for next year.
The jerseys for next month's ECHL Hockey Heritage Weekend have been revealed. Host Alaska will play Stockton in the special 2-game series. The Aces, ECHL affiliate of the Calgary Flames, will wear red jerseys with white and yellow trim and their bear mascot on the front. Stockton, ECHL affiliate of the Islanders, will be wearing a modified New York logo featuring an outline of Rough and Ready Island, a naval island base which placed Stockton in a strategic position during the Cold War. Florida has acquired center Philip Michael DeVos from Elmira in exchange for rookie winger John Henrian. On his way to the Jackals is Henrian, who scored 5 goals and added 8 assists in 33 games with Florida. DeVos had 10 points in 18 games with the Jackals this season. He played 22 games with the Everblades during the 2011-12 campaign. A case can be made that top to bottom, the South Division is the strongest in the league. A year ago, it was the only Eastern Division to put 4 teams in the playoffs, and that's very possible again this season. In our Eastern featured game this week, we take a look at the recent battle between the ECHL's Sunshine State members. Here are Paul Teeple and Ernie Hartlieb with the call on WBGY.
Near side gets a screen there from Nagy, feeding across the backdoor shot and a goal. And Orlando takes the lead on the power play strike by Mickey Lang. It'll skid to the Blades end. Speeding ahead is Catanacci. Catanacci is a man at the front, but his pass is blocked by Lampman. Now Madsen chopped at there by Rafalski. Still on the stick, though, of Madsen. Chipped up the near boards, Kessel. Kessel, cross-ice, Byer, shot, blockered away there by Stager. Rebound, side of the net, goal! Chase Madsen all alone. And the Blades, now it's rather Taylor Madsen, and the Blades trail 2-0. Controlling, feeds Rafalski. Rafalski fakes. Lampman, shot blocked by Harrison. Right back to the veteran Bryce Lampman. Harrison staggered, puck down to DeVos. DeVos whips the shot, save made, rebound, goal! Danny Gauthier pokes in the rebound, and the Blades are on the board with a huge power play goal, and 2 more minutes of power play time coming on the double minor. These guys going to throw, and Malka is destroying Corey Nagy. Nagy finally gets a write-off, and now will miss wildly over the top of Malka. Throws in a body shot and gets the takedown as Nagy recovers. Here comes DeVos, giving back to Gauthier into the zone, trying to work it free on the far wall. Lampman to the net, tipped on, save and rebound, goal! Welcome to Florida, Philippe Michael DeVos! And then by Connor Goggin, now a long shot, blocked in the corner by Rafalski. Now Ewan back out top to Goggin. Goggin another shot, blocked out front there by Rafalski again. Twisted on net and a goal. Corey Nagy. By Tansky. He'll come to DeVos, giving a wash, shot blocked to the far corner. Stagel winding and firing, time to go! Mathieu Wasse, magnifique! Tie game!
Great job by the Everblades. Great job by the point. Just keep that puck in and just keep firing on that net. And Wazzy gets his stick down there on the replay and just deflects it up and over, and we got a tie hockey game.
Oh, he was in his office right there, wasn't he? His first shootout shot this year. Gauthier, the lefty, right down Main Street, winds, fakes the slap shot, and he puts it in! What a move! 2-1 Orlando. This is the 4th round. Catanacci races into the zone, pulls through, goal, and Orlando wins in the shootout by a final score of 4-3.
The matchups are set for next season's outdoor games. Plus, we'll take a tour of the type of vehicle which every hockey player knows plenty about. That's next on ECHL Week.
We are proud to bring our 2015 All-Star Game to the City of Orlando and the Amway Center. I am sure, given the many local attractions, the outstanding arena, we will have a record number of fans, sponsors, league partners, as well as NHL and American Hockey League representatives want to attend this event in 2015.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size.
We thought you told us.
There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat. Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Brandon Marino of the Fort Wayne Comets, and you're watching ECHL Week.
We've known for a while that the Toledo Walleye are going to be hosting a couple of outdoor games next season, and now the dates are set and the opponents are known. The Walleye will host the Kalamazoo Wings on Saturday, December 27, 2014 at 5th Third Field, just a couple blocks from their Huntington Center home rink. 1 week later, on Saturday, January 3rd, 2015, the Fort Wayne Comets will play the second outdoor game in ECHL history.
Our organization does, when they got their mindset on a project, they do it first class, and it's been just a lot of work in getting this in order and getting this to become a reality, and it's something the entire organization is looking forward to, and it'll be a fun week to 10 days in Toledo at 5th Third Field, and not only our couple games that we're playing, but all the other games that are going to be played, whether it's college, high school, junior, ice rentals, adult leagues. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it really is going to be a celebration of hockey in Toledo. Toledo's got a long history of great hockey, and this is something that we're going to have a lot of fun with.
You've seen them on the freeway, those oversized, tinted windowed, super chromed motor coaches. They're most often used by celebrities, rock stars, and yes, ECHL teams. But these buses are not the ones that you remember the Charlestown Chiefs riding in the movie Slapshot. Oh no, the tour bus has come a long way. Recently, we enlisted the services of a couple members of the Kalamazoo Wings to take us for a tour of the vehicle which gets the team where it needs to go.
Hi, my name's Ben Wilson, number 14 on the Kalamazoo Wings, and this is my buddy Justin Taylor, number 93 on the Kalamazoo Wings, and we are giving you the Kalamazoo 2013 bus tour.
Well, we enter the little corridor here. We have the coach's quarters, as I call them. This is where our coaching staff and equipment staff will sleep. They have the 4 bunks here. One of them usually has to end up on the floor, unfortunately. I don't know how they decide that, ranking or something.
Okay. And as we go back on the bus, you will see lots of treats from our boosters, which is, great.
We don't catch those very often.
Great. Thank you very much to the boosters. And so, Justin, this is the fridge. What happens in here?
Well, usually we put tasty, delicious, healthy snacks, Gatorade, and occasionally some things go in there that shouldn't be in there that the bus driver sometimes puts in there.
Okay. And as we make our way back here, you will see the lavatory on the left, and number 1s only.
Yes, number 1s only.
Now, why don't you take us to your bunk, to your home, as you say?
Oh, okay. Well, my bunk's all the way in the back here. I sleep in the dungeon. This is usually reserved for royalty, but you ask the guys on the team, that will not be happening. So it's pretty long. I can usually get a pretty good 4 or 5 hours on here, hands down, no problem. You know, the pull curtain, I think I added this a few years ago, but it works pretty good.
So this is the card table, and this is where we play games like Schnarples and Pigs. Old Maid and Pigs. And there's TVs back here, and good couches, and they turn into bunks, so pretty versatile.
What's up behind you? This is the satellite control for the TVs and the DVD player. Usually there's a large argument and great thought and discussion about what DVD is going to be played, but usually we end up watching the same 3 movies over and over, like The Hangover or Joe Dirt or Anchorman. But it usually ends up, a good laugh for everybody.
Who's the ultimate decider of which movie gets played?
The one who usually just takes the reins, usually myself or Elgin Reed, our team captain, will just say, we're watching this, no discussion, no debate.
All right, so here we are in the sleeping headquarters. As you can see, we have 3 bunks on each side, and each bunk is equipped with a DVD player, and we can also watch satellite TV, so it makes the trips a lot easier and a lot shorter.
I think it was my rookie year. I had a veteran guy in the team, Corey Carlander, who retired, and he, kind of took a lot of the rookies under his wings and kind of showed them the ropes in the back there. Introduced me into the game of Schnarples, which was, a good and bad thing because you're going to be up till 2, 3 in the morning sometimes, just guys hooting and hollering, getting upset about cards. But I think that's probably the best story, just sitting back there with some of the older guys when you're a little bit younger and they're showing you the ropes and making you feel welcomed and letting you understand, it's part of the game, and as long as you wake up the next day ready to play, that's all that matters. That's the kitchen here. Actually, our bus driver just picked that up for us. It's brand new. I think he got it for Christmas, this toaster here. It's got 6 speeds, warm, bagel settings as well. It's pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. It's a nice specimen.
Fresh fruit?
Well, you got to stay healthy on the bus, Oranges are great for the body, vitamin C. It is the cold and flu season, so you got to shock the body. Yeah, we're on this bus every trip except when we go down to Florida, and South Carolina sometimes end up being 17 hours with bad weather, and traffic never seems to be well on the I-94 or any type of I-series. Yeah, the old Iron Lung gets a lot of miles from us, and everyone seems to get along pretty well, which is the most important thing, and we have a lot of good laughs and a lot of memories, and I think a lot of it, transpires into good operations on the ice and good team camaraderie there.
What happens when you put flightless birds and freshwater fish together? We'll see next on ECHL Week.
Are you paying too much with your current payroll company? Are you concerned about how Obamacare could affect your business? If you're interested in a better, more cost-effective solution, Einstein HR is the answer. No more stressing out about Obamacare and the new regulations. No more worrying about being in compliance. No more overpriced payroll services. Let Einstein HR get you back to the business of doing business instead of spending needless hours and frustration taking care of details that add nothing to your bottom line. We provide a first-class payroll and HR services with superior customer service. Call Einstein HR today.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
ECHL players get to do all sorts of things when they go out in public to represent their teams and interact with fans. Some of those activities are mundane, some are a bit odd. A couple of veteran members of the Walleye went to the Toledo Zoo for a photo opportunity. During their trip, they got to do more than they expected.
Penguins are nice, but that's kind of the wrong league. Shouldn't it be like bulls or stingrays or eagles or something like that?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Or even vicious walleye, right? Something like that. But the Penguins were pretty intimidating. They look really cute, but once you're up close, it's a different story. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was a once in a lifetime opportunity that Phil and I got to do, and being a close friend with Phil, I thought it was great that both of us got the opportunity to feed the Penguins. But like Phil said, they're pretty intimidating when you get up close, and their beaks are pretty long, and you got your fingers right there, and the fish are about just as long as your fingers. So it's easy to get confused for the penguin, I guess.
Is there anything that surprised you about that? I mean, other than the fact that they were a little more not quite as docile as you might think.
Yeah, definitely. Well, like Kyle said, you go in there. First, we thought we were just taking a couple of pictures. The next thing we know, we're back there. We got about 10 penguins surrounding us, and we're putting fish down their throats. So, it was exciting. Like Kyle said, once in a lifetime thing, and I really enjoyed it. I don't think too many people can say they've stood in the penguin aquarium and fed penguins. So.
Yeah, besides the beak, they would flop their wings as a defense mechanism, I guess they would have, and they would flock them every once in a while. When they hit you, it was actually like a knuckle hitting your knuckle, so it kind of hurt a little bit.
I guess though you could both played against Wilkes-Barre, and the Penguins there are a little bigger than the ones you saw in the zoo.
Yeah, definitely. Those ones maybe not as fierce, but definitely a lot bigger.
We want to mention that Phil Oreskovic, one of the Penguin feeders who played with 3 ECHL clubs and also saw action in the NHL with Toronto, has just been released by the Walleye. He's going to go play for the Central League's Brampton Beast close to his hometown in southern Ontario and the city where he played most of his junior hockey.
Phil is somebody who made our organization very proud as far as his on and off ice commitments to the hockey team, and you know, a tough decision to make, and hopefully, and from what I've heard, it looks like he's going to land on his feet, maybe on another team. That might be a better situation for him as well. But I look forward to seeing him tomorrow when we get back and shaking his hand and wishing him the best of luck. Areskovic was ECHL player number 400 to make it to the NHL. If you have a question you'd like us to ask a player, coach, or anyone affiliated with the ECHL, let us know and we'll try to get it on the show. Just email it to us. That's it for today. Hope you'll join us next time for more great hockey action and stories. Until then, make it a good week. Make it an ECHL week.